All right. Good evening, everyone. This is Calvin Butler with the RBBS Logistics Learning Center and the National Dispatchers Network. And tonight is Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it must be spot training, Tuesday night spot training. That's what time it is. Tonight we are live on Facebook. We are streaming live on Facebook, streaming live to have a watch party on, I think, All Truckers United is where we are tonight on the watch party. So welcome you all. Glad you all can join us. Every week we have live operational training. Every Monday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday night. Monday nights we have the how-to series. Tuesday nights we have spot training, and Wednesday nights we have Q&A. Of course, on Saturday we have the Six Figures Book and Pay from Home show. Tonight we have several of our students here on with us. Let's go ahead and start sharing our screen and get down to things here. All right, so we should be up and going. We're sharing our screens, and we are also going to be on, there we go, Facebook. Can y'all see my screen? Can everybody see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. Well, make sure we're all together here. Now, if you are a member of our network, you can go to mydispatcher.org, go over to the curriculum and training page, and you should be able to sign in. Now, if you're not a member, you're not going to be able to access that page. But you can watch us on live stream on Facebook and several other places, but you can't participate live unless you are a member. Okay, so if you want to participate live in any of our training sessions and take advantage of this unique training platform, dispatcher and freight broker training platform, join us. Okay, go to mydispatcher.org, very first page, scroll down, you'll see a link there that says to enroll. Click here. That you can enroll with any debit or credit card. Enrollment is $349.95. That's a one-time fee. That's not a yearly fee. And it is $39.95 per month plus tax. Access all your back office tools and resources. All right, so let's get started. Everybody is on board. Our recording has started, and I think I'm sharing my screen and everything. So everything it looks like is a go. So let's see if I got anybody here that needs to be edited in. Everybody's been edited in so far, and let's get started. We're probably gonna have some people who are gonna be joining us here shortly. How did everybody enjoy the training from last night? Did everybody enjoy training last night?
I did. It was awesome.
All right, great. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Tonight,
I enjoyed it too.
All right, great. Tonight is spot training. Now, spot training is not as in depth. Spot training is we pick just one thing, and then we show you all how to do certain things within that one thing. Tonight's spot training is going to be on how to book your carriers out for an entire week. Okay, that's what tonight's spot training is on, because we have the how-to training every Monday night on how to use our tools and resources. Spot training is more specifically geared towards one specific thing that we choose and pick. So tonight it's going to be on how to book your carriers out for the entire week. Okay, so if you're part of our network, if you're part of our paid subscription network, go to the more area here, and you'll see the drop down. It's on where it says dispatcher tools and resources. Okay. We have been having some problems, just to let y'all know, we have been having some problems with Lane Honey. I'm gonna try and get those worked out. So if you didn't find the log on to Lane Honey, we have been experiencing some problems with them. So we'll see if we can get that straightened out here within the next couple of days and get that back up and going. So you all won't miss out on that. All right. So once you get into your back office site, you're gonna scroll down to your load boards. You all can see your load boards here. They're on our Rolodex. And we are going to go over to my favorite load board is, y'all know the one I like. I like direct freight. That is my favorite load board. We're gonna go over to direct freight. All right, you're gonna go ahead and click already be logged in. Get into direct freight. There we go. Yep, I'm in already. And we're gonna go to the load map. Okay, we're gonna go to the load map. Now, one of the biggest things that I get from a lot of newcomers, people who are new to the industry, and a lot of people who have been in the industry for a while also too. One of the things that they have a problem with is being able to book their carriers and finding them loads when they need to find them the loads. I mean, if you're one of those dispatchers or owner-op business managers who just calls up a carrier and say where you at, and then you book them a load, and then the next day you call them back and say where you at, you try to find them a load. That's okay if you only got maybe one or two carriers that you got to book freight for. But what happens when you have been successful and you signed on, you got 10, 12, 15 owner operators that you're booking loads for? Then that becomes a problem, right? Because you really don't have the time to just call them up one at a time and find out where they are every single day and find out where they want to go, right? So what has been successful for me and helping me to manage a lot of owner operators, especially when I first started in dispatching, and I hadn't figured out how to bring on sub dispatchers and use interns and things like that, but I was just doing it all myself. I was still able to manage a large number of carriers. Why? Because I was booking them out for the entire week. Now, if you're going to be booking carriers out for the entire week, you gotta really become good at load management. Okay, and what I mean by that is this. Okay, now there are two ways that you can do this. You can book short runs. You can find your carriers 3 short runs within a state and have them to run those same 3 short runs every single day. Make sense to you all? Because if you find them 3 short runs, let's say you're in Florida, because everybody hates Florida, we're gonna pick Florida. That's a hard state to find loads in, right? That's what everybody says, right? Does everybody agree Florida's a hard state?
That's what a lot of truck drivers that I know say.
Yeah, that's what they say, right? Okay, so we're gonna tackle Florida. Right now, you notice that Florida's got 1,075 loads. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for Florida. So we're gonna tackle Florida. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and do my my straight dispatch. I'm gonna go ahead and set it for. I'm not gonna set it too high. I'm gonna set it for $2.50. I'm gonna set it for 5 tonight, and we're gonna click. All right. Now, let's say you have contacted the carrier. Okay. Let's do our radius here. Let's say 50 miles. Let's say 100 miles. 100-mile radius. And we'll search here. Who's going down in Florida, paying $2.75. Got quite a few loads that's paying $2.50 or better. And you can see here all the highlights when they pop up. Now, if you want to see what all the loads are that's paying, what you want to do is you're going to click your pay rate. Right? Click the pay rate. There it is. And it pulls up all the loads that has the fees already showing. Okay. So there's no need of looking at loads that don't have fees on them. Right? We want to find the loads that's got the fees showing. We want to go right to the loads that's paying the kind of money that your carrier is looking for right away. So that's what we're going to do. All right. So with that being said, if we're looking for loads that's paying at least $2.50 per mile, we're going to go out here and we're going to check all the highlights. Now, let's say you got a guy who's in Jacksonville, okay? And you are looking for kind of short run loads. So here's one right here. That's what? 273 miles, right? I think that's it. You got trip miles. That's 273 miles. That's under the limit. What I consider a short run is anything that's less than 300 miles. Okay, but you kind of want to find the ones that are really short. And the reason why is this: you want to find the ones that are really short because you can run more of them. I know a lot of people say, well, short runs don't really pay a whole lot of money. Yes, they do. They pay higher cents per mile. And if you can accumulate two or three or four of them in a day, and usually those short mile runs, they run every single day. That's the great thing about those short mile runs. They run every single day. So if you can find 3 short mile runs that take you in a circle or a radius, right? And you wind up, you shut down and then you ran 3 runs, you make yourself $1,000 a day. If you run that 5 days a week, that's $5,000 a week, right? Right?
Correct.
Exactly. Versus trying to run long haul loads, 800, 900, 1,200 miles, right? You might be, running them, you're doing $2,500, but it's taking you all week to run 2 or 3 runs. You understand what I'm saying? And you're spending a whole bunch of fuel. But on the short runs, you can run an entire week and spend just $450. On the long runs, you're spending $450 per trip. Eating up all your profits. Okay? So those long runs are not. Long runs are what now?
The long runs usually pay less. Short runs pay higher.
Exactly. The long runs look like they pay more because they may look at a high amount. But you average it out with the miles that you got to run to make that. It's not that great. Right, here's one right here that says $4,550. That looks great, don't it? Right, but that's only $1.65 a mile. You got to run 2,751 miles just to get that. Now look at something that's a little bit more feasible. Here's one that's 993 miles. Right, it's only paying $1.86 a mile, but over here it says 1,849 miles. Now somebody may look at that and say, "Oh, that's pretty good." No, that's not, because you're running long miles, but you're not really making a whole lot of money. Okay, and plus you got fuel, so you're eating up all your profits in the fuel. So if you take these short runs, and I'm gonna bypass this 273. Now a lot of y'all probably say, "Why you want to bypass that? That's a good run. 273 miles and it's paying $1,004, right?" Right? A lot of y'all say, "Well, why do you want to bypass that?" Because I want to go for the shorter runs. Okay, because that 273 miles is gonna take me how long to run that? Anybody care to figure that out for me? That's gonna take you about what? Because you're gonna be able to run.
How many miles you say? 270?
273. So that's gonna take you about what? Close to 5 hours, right?
Yeah, anywhere between 3 to 5, depending on your delays.
Yeah, look. Yeah, because unless you're running 100 miles an hour, you ain't running that. You're running about 65 miles an hour tops. All right? 55, 65 miles an hour. That's the tops you're gonna be able to run. Okay? And let's be real about it. So it's gonna take you about 4.5 hours to run that load. Okay?
Yes, and that's correct.
Exactly. So you don't want to eat up 4.5 hours off your 10-hour clock, off your 11-hour driving shift, right?
Correct.
Okay, so what you want to do is you want to come down here and you want to look for a little bit shorter runs. All right, so we're going to look for the shorter runs. We're going to look for stuff that is a little bit shorter, see if we can find stuff that's shorter. All right.
Now, would there be dedicated runs posted on those boards?
Usually, the shorter the runs, that means they usually run every day. They're not quote unquote dedicated, but you can treat them like they're dedicated. You can create what I call sub-dedicated runs, right? You're not under contract, but they have like a first come, first serve. I'm gonna show y'all how you can take those and you can turn them into dedicated. Okay, let's look at this one right here. Here's one that is 62 miles. Okay, 62 miles, and it's paying $500. Now some of y'all are probably saying 500, and guess what? That's a van too. So that's pretty good, right? 62 miles, $500, and it picks up in Elkin and it's going to Lakeland, okay? And it's paying $500, right? So how long is it going to take you to run that 62 miles to Lakeland?
You said 62 miles?
62 miles.
About an hour and a half.
There you go. About an hour and a half. So you only eating up about an hour and a half off your clock. If it takes you about an hour and a half to 2 hours to get loaded, but when you get loaded, what are you doing? You're putting yourself in what? Right? Right? You put yourself in sleep. Exactly. Exactly. Because you're going to hit them what's called the miles, right? They're going to come back around later on, right?
Correct.
Every time your truck is not moving, in the habit of doing this. Every single time your truck is not moving, slap that bad boy asleep. Don't go off duty. Just go to the sleeper. Go to sleeper. Because what you're doing is you're creating what? The recaps, right? That's what you're creating.
Correct.
Exactly. You're creating recaps. Okay? So what you want to do is you want to go, while you're getting loaded on this 62-mile run, right? You're gonna go in the sleeper, right? You're gonna, once you get loaded, say you're good to go, you're gonna come out of sleeper, you're gonna take off, right? You're gonna run an hour and a half. So you really didn't lose any time. Why? Because you only ran an hour and a half off your clock, right? You get there, when you get there, what's first thing you're gonna do? Go in the sleeper, right? Go in the sleeper, you're gonna back it in, you're gonna sit there and wait to get unloaded, right? Now, if it took you an hour and a half to get loaded or 2 hours to get loaded, you got 2 hours that you in the sleeper. Then when you get there, if it takes you another hour and a half or 2 hours to get loaded, then you're gonna do what? You got another 2 hours that you're in the sleeper. So that's 4 hours that you got coming back on your recaps, right?
Correct. You get that back at the end of the week.
Exactly. At the end of the week. Now, if you've been doing this all week, the whole time before, you always gonna have recaps that just popping up. Because you get the habit of doing that, all during the week, you're gonna have recaps. You know, my partner and I, we ran an entire 3 weeks without even taking a 34 reset. We were just running on recaps. Because every time we were shut down, we were going to sleep. So we always had recaps that was popping up after about 4 or 5 hours of shutdown, 6 hours shutdown, 7 hours. You know, we just had these recaps that kept popping back up and allowed us to just keep running. Y'all see how that works? These are just little. Okay? So very important to, remember that so you can always have those recaps. Now, here's what's gonna happen. You got your 62 miles here. Let's say you pick this load up at, let's check this out. All right, it's only 8,000 pounds. All right, let's say you pick that, so it's not gonna take you long to load that, right? You can pretty much tell how long it's gonna take something to load by looking at the weight, right? A lot of people don't realize that. Look at the weight. If it's a lot of weight, it's gonna take you a long time to load, right? If it's lightweight, it doesn't take you very long to load it because you ain't got much to load up. So 8,000 pounds, that's not a whole lot. So that is not gonna take up a whole lot of your time. You're probably gonna spend about maybe an hour sitting there waiting to get loaded. If that, on 8,000 pounds, okay? So you gotta get loaded pretty quick, and you gotta get unloaded pretty quick. So you're gonna make that run. Let's say if you pick that run up early in the morning at 6 a.m. Let's say you get started at 6 a.m., you pick that load up at 6 a.m., right? You're gonna be loaded by what? By 7, right? On the road, it's gonna take you about an hour and a half. So 8:30, you should be pulling in there, right? 8:30, 8:45, right?
Correct.
So 8:30, 8:45, you should be pulling in, go back in the sleeper, back that thing up, and take them about an hour. It's not gonna take them that long to get that stuff off there because it's just 8,000 pounds. They got a forklift, then they take it off in about just four runs on with a forklift. Bam, it's done. Half hour to 40 minutes. You unload it. Now, here's what you do. With you as an independent owner business manager, when you book this load, you call up your carrier and say, hey, I got a load for you that's only going 62 miles. I'm going to book you on that one. In the meantime, I'm going to find you something else that you can run that same day. Now, right after you book this load, now you know where he's going, right? You know how long it's going to take him to get there. So you know about what time he's going to be available, right?
Yes.
Exactly. Y'all follow me? So you know what time he's going to be available. You know he is going to there. He is going to, where's he going to? Lakeland. So what are you going to do? You're going to go back up here and you're going to look for what? Lakeland, Florida, right?
Florida, right? Freight's coming out of Lakeland.
Exactly. Back up there and you're going to look for Lakeland, Florida. All right? And you're going to look for a van because that was a van, right? Van, Bennett, that was got to be Bennett or van. So that can pull either one. So you're looking for a van, Bennett, or whatever it may be. So now you're in Lakeland, Florida, and you're gonna put in, let's say, 50-mile radius. First of all, let's see if we can find something close. So they can float, right? So I'm gonna search that, and you're looking for it on the same day. So what day was that one? That was when? Let's say that was.
Now that I don't know. I can't hardly see the screen.
Yeah, it's kind of light there. The Lakeland, Florida
Well,
one.
I'm looking at it on my iPhone, so it's not very exploded as far as the view goes.
That one picks up on what date? Delivery date, NA, pickup date, NA. So you pretty much you can pick it up anytime. So let's say you pick it up on tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. All right, pick the morning. So at 8:45, 9 o'clock, you're ready for another load. He's ready to pick up another load, right? So let's go look for something. Search right now and see what we get. Okay. Now, here's one that is leaving out of Tampa, Florida, which is what? How many miles from Lakeland, Florida? It's a deadhead miles. That's what? That's 35 miles. That's an easy run, right? Right?
Yes.
Now the one you just made $500, right?
Correct.
All right. And you got to go to Tampa, which is 35 miles away. Take you about 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Get to Tampa. Shoot, cruise on down there. Grab that bad boy, and you run up to Orlando, which is only what? 84 miles. Right? Now this is a little bit more weight. It's 45,000 pounds. It's paying you $400. So now you made a total of what? $900, right?
Correct.
Have you spent much fuel? No.
Nope.
Yeah, I spent no fuel at all. Okay. You ain't spent much fuel. And have you wasted much time?
No.
You actually got time to run what? One more, maybe two more loads, right?
Yes.
Exactly. So now, what are you gonna do? You find that one for me. Remember, you're looking for this stuff while he is running the load to where? Lakeland. You see what you're doing? So you gotta call this broker up and you gotta say, hey, Mr. Broker, I got a guy who's gonna be in Tampa at what time? Around what? 9:30, right? Pick that load up. Right? Y'all follow me?
Correct. Yes.
All right. So you're going to call this broker. I got a guy who can be in Tampa sometime between 9:30 and 10:30. Would that work for you? He's probably gonna say, yeah, that'll work for me. All right, good. Let's go ahead and book him on now. Now you got two loads. You got one load running and another load already booked for him, right? You done set your carrier up. You done set your carrier up for $900 already. Okay. Now, what are you gonna do? you're gonna go. Now you see where he picks that one up at about 9:45. Say 10:30. Give him some leeway. Okay. So at 10:30, he is in Tampa to pick this load up. He's only gonna run it, what, 84 miles. How long is it gonna take him to run the 84 miles, y'all?
Running 84 miles is going to be about 2.5 hours.
Okay.
3 hours.
Exactly.
Call for extension 0 to accept.
This is Calvin with RBBS. We're right in the middle of Tuesday night spot training. Anything I can help you with real quick, because you're right in the middle of our live broadcast. I guess I lost it. My phone must went dead. That's good. But so now so it's gonna take you about an hour and a half, right, to run that 84 miles. If you picked it up at around 10:45 and they got you loaded, you were there to pick it up around 10:45. I said it took them an hour and a half, 2 hours to load you. So you're out of there by what? 12, right?
Correct.
You're out of there by 12, all right? So you ran that load and you're out of there by 12, and it takes you about, I'm sorry, you picked it up at 10:45, right? There we go, I'm sorry. You picked it up at 10:45. It takes you, 2 hours. It takes you, let's say, an hour and a half to load it. So about 11:50, 12 o'clock. So you're gonna run that load. It's gonna take you 2 hours to run it. So 12 to 1, 1 to 2. So by 2:15, 2:30, you're where? In Orlando, right?
Yes.
And how much time you still got on your clock? You still got, because you've been going into sleeper, and if you've been doing this for a while, you've been doing this all week, so you got some recaps coming up. So you should have somewhere about, what, 5 hours up on your clock, right? To run, right?
Yes.
All right. So now you're going to run this load. You're going to drop it in Orlando at about what time? About 2:15, 2:30. Right? So now, USC, on our business manager, you're going to go up here and you're going to look for a load that's leaving out of where? Orlando. Go up to Orlando. Good old Mickey Mouse. All right? And we're going to search 50 miles again. Right? So now you're looking for Orlando load. Now, here's one that's leaving out of Sanford, Florida. Okay? And there are very many loads, so that's what you got. Okay? There it is right there. It's leaving out of Sanford, Florida, right? It's paying $3.03 a mile. It's paying $3.67. And it's going what? It's 27 miles away from Orlando, and it's going 121 miles. Now, y'all have time to run that load?
It'd be close.
Close is good to me. Don't like that's the first time you done ran.
You got time to get it.
Don't act like you done ran outside the clock now, about 25 to 30 minutes, right?
Yeah.
If it means another $367 on top of your what? $900, it's doable, right?
Absolutely.
Right. So now you done made that carrier how much money off of the day? 500, 400, and 367. How much money is that, y'all?
It's just under $1,400.
Just under $1,400. Now, here's the kicker. You're gonna call back all those brokers, and you're gonna say, "Did you like the way they got ran those loads?" Yeah, man, I like that. I like that. How about it? Can he pick those up every day this week and run those same and run that load? You're gonna call the first one. Can he pick that load up at the same time every day this week? You think that broker's gonna be happy to have him to do that? Why? Because that's the load that he don't have to worry about no more, right?
Correct. It'll be reliability. The driver's dependable.
How y'all feeling? You're feeling it, okay? You're feeling it. You know, and then you call the second broker, do the same thing, the third broker, do the same thing. Now you've done what? You have created what?
A dedicated run.
A dedicated run, and you book your carry out for the entire week. Crowd goes wild. You see how just a little bit of planning, okay, and innovation, you can actually turn a carrier who was used to running just 3 loads per week and maybe bringing home what? $3,700 at the most, right?
Correct.
Now you turn that carrier into a $1,400 carrier per day, 5 days a week. Do the math on that, y'all. What's that? What's that, man? You taking that 35
right around 7,000, man.
Exactly, man. You don't think you got a happy owner operator? And you made yourself happy too. Why? Because you get 10% of that. Right?
Yes.
All right. If you can just recreate that with 4 or 5 of your carriers, think about that.
That's with just one. That's just with one truck.
Exactly. And remember, this is in Florida, y'all. This is in Florida. Okay? The no man's state, but nobody don't want to run those in Florida because you can't make no money in Florida, right?
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah, that's what they say. Now look, I didn't make this stuff up. We looking at live loads here, right? Not
Yes.
made up. These are live loads. Well, this is 100% doable in real time. Okay? Now, to me, that is the ideal way to book your carriers out for the week. Why? Because you really book them out for 1 day, and then you just call those brokers back and you turn that into a what I call sub dedicated. There's nothing written on contract, but that broker know he's got a owner operator he can depend on every day. Those 3 brokers know that they got an owner operator who's gonna be there at what? 6 a.m. to pick up that load, the other gonna be there at 9:45 to pick up that load, the other's gonna be there at 2:30 to pick up that last load. Bam! Every single day. Like clockwork. That broker those 3 brokers can go in and shoot, put that in there what? Black collar. You know? That ain't the red no more. That goes in the black collar. Money made. You got a happy broker. You got a happy carrier. You done made mama happy because you bringing home money too. Hey, everybody's happy. You got a carrier, you're making him $1,400 a day, almost $7,000, $8,000 per week. And he's only spending about what? $400, $500 in fuel for the entire week. Ain't that something?
And that's pretty close on the math about the fuel too.
Yeah.
So, no overhead.
I know. I did it. My last year in Florida, I never left Florida. $1,780 something a day, 5 days a week. That's how I know you can do this in Florida. Okay?
Now you had your own truck, or you was dispatching it?
Oh, that was me when I was an owner operator.
Okay.
That's when I was an owner operator. Just before I left, just before I gave up driving to get back here behind the desk. Yeah, I spent my last year. I'm here in Florida, running in Florida. I pick up a load in Tallahassee, my hometown. 4:30 in the morning, go to the bottling plant. Run up the live boat. It was 39 miles. Paid $350. Run up there. Get up the live boat, pick up a load there at the same plant, a bottled water run it down to a natural. 79 miles, $680. Go about 2 or 3 miles down the road to the Coca-Cola bottling plant in Alachua, pick up a load and run it back to Tallahassee. 104 miles, $860. 5 days a week, home every night, in my bed. So look, don't tell me you can't make money. In this business, it takes someone like the way we train you all. It takes an experience and an innovative thinking owner-op business manager. This is why we refer to you all as owner-op business managers, because you're not just a dispatcher. Dispatchers just come find him a load and say, I'll find you another one on tomorrow, right? That's what dispatchers do. You all manage their trucking business, okay? You're owner-op business manager, you're load acquisition consultant, load management specialist, you're anything but a dispatcher. So we don't train you all to be just dispatch. We train you all to be a step above everyone else. So when people hear that I'm with the national, I'm a member of the National Dispatcher Network, they know you know what you're doing. Right?
Correct.
Right.
Because you've been an owner operator, you know how bogged down paperwork can be.
Exactly.
So,
and any of y'all who ever driven the truck, you know exactly what I'm talking about with these loads.
oh yeah, paperwork can be a pain in the neck.
Yeah, look, they're not hard to find, and brokers will love you to death when you call them and say, hey, I got a guy who will run that load every day. Pick it up at the same time, between this time and that time. Oh, really? Yeah, cool. We're going to mark that down. I got a guy that pick that load up every day about the same time. Really? Mark that down. I got a guy that pick that load up about the same day every time. Cool. Let's make it happen. Now, you have to worry about booking back. I mean, you're done with that owner operator. All you gotta do is just check in on them every now and then, right?
Correct.
And now you can spend more time doing what? Developing your other owner operators, putting them on the same type of thing, finding them loads the same type of way. Sitting down with them, having your consultations with them, showing them how they can switch the way they run instead of running those long loads that they make a lot of money on, and show them how they're wasting fuel and how they're going to spend $450 on a trip. And at the end of the week, they spend almost $1,400, $1,200 to $1,400 in fuel costs. So that $3,700 ain't $3,700 no more, is it? It's more like $2,000, like $2,400. Versus if you run these short runs, 3 a day, right? Make yourself between $1,200 and $1,700 a day. And you're only spending about $500 for the week in fuel. Even if they're not from Florida, if you got a carrier who's bringing down and literally put it in his pocket $7,000 every week, can he afford to find him a spot in Florida to park his truck that's secured, right? And catch him a first class ticket flying home somewhere, right? Every weekend? Can he?
Making that kind of money, he can.
Exactly. So if you got someone who's not from Florida, they can be home every weekend. And back in Florida on Sunday night, early Monday morning, Sunday night, if you ready to what? It's another $700 to $7,500. With that kind of money, they can get them a second place in Florida. And be home every night. Right?
Yep.
And then go home on the weekends. But this is not something that just uniquely with Florida. This is in every state. You find loads like this in every state. All right.
Absolutely.
Any questions?
There should be an abundance
Any
of them
questions?
anyway, because there's a lot of drivers out there that I'm familiar with over the years. They'll tell you and rack up the miles, but see, you know, by the time you add up 3 or 4 loads a day, just like what you're talking about, you'll have more money at the end of the day, that particular day, than what you can rack up going across country.
Exactly.
So that's not a bad plan. It's a good plan.
Exactly. And look, and a lot less stress on you, your body, the whole. Come on, man. I mean, if you're running them little short runs like that, you can. I mean, you got time to just, not just be stressed out. You you got time. You can sit down in the bed, and chill, and go do some things. I mean, you can literally have a life out there versus running all those long runs. Because when you run those long runs, you ain't got no life. You're just going from one pickup to the next, right? Stopping at a truck stop, a couple hours of sleep, and back up doing the same work, the same old rat race. But if you can run those short runs like that, you got time to actually sit down and go to the movies, go to the mall. You make enough money, you can get you a nice little small bachelor's pad right there in Florida, okay, in Jacksonville or Orlando, right? And you can just have your spot in Florida and fly home to, Texas or California or wherever it is you live at, your home base at every weekend. You only get home, every other weekend anyway, run those long runs, right? It's allowed.
Sometimes you out, depending on who you're working with. Sometimes you're out for 60 days.
Exactly. A lot of times, you're out there for 2-3 weeks before you get back home. With those long runs or those short runs like this, you make enough money, you can go home every weekend and have a life. Okay. All right. That's what we call spot trading. It's not very long, but it's high quality. Okay. That's what we call spot trading. Not very long, but it's high quality. Any questions on short runs and creating sub-dedicators and being able to and using that to book the carriers out for the entire week? Because once you get them set up on something like that, that's it. I mean, it's a wrap. All you gotta do is just keep checking up on them and check up with the broker to make sure that load is continually, in a good load. That's it. And then you can work on developing your other clientele's load management. Okay? Any questions? Did y'all enjoy that segment of spot trading?
I did.
All right, cool. Hope y'all learned something. Hope y'all learned something. Little announcements here and there. Like I said before, we are working on lane honey. There's some things we're trying to work out with that. So we're having some problems with that, but we're gonna work that out. Something else I want to bring y'all up to speed on. Oh, if any of you are ever having problems logging into your back office site, if you ever have problems, do not reset. Before you reset, shoot us a message or call us up and let us know you're having problems logging in. Because if you reset, it's definitely not going to log you in. It's basically going to boot you out, because our back office is a secure area, which means if you reset, it's going to not recognize your login, and it's going to recognize it as someone trying to hack your in. Okay, so it's not going to. So the interns, they're not going to approve because your login, if you reset it, is not matching what you originally had. Okay, so what you should do is give us a call or shoot us a message, and then we'll get back with you, and then we'll delete you from the system. Then we have you to go back in and resubmit it, and then we'll approve it right then and there, and then you'll be good to go. Now, little things that you might want to look at. If you try to log in, you can't log in, slow down, go back, do it again, but slow down and make sure you're putting in everything exactly the way it should, because 80% of the time is human error. It's, you put a dot in the wrong place, you did not capitalize this, you put this letter in instead of that letter, you mess around and put a space in, something. Because if it's not exactly right, guess what? It's going to tell you you can't log in. Right? So a lot of times if you go back and you double check it and put it in, take your time and you put it in, that does the trick. If that doesn't, shoot us an email, shoot us a message, contact us through Facebook or something, and just let us know. Okay? All right. All right, everybody. That's going to do it for tonight. Don't forget, tomorrow night is all Q&A. So have your questions ready. Have your questions ready. Have them written down. So tomorrow there's no training. It's just all questions and answers. You all ask questions. I'll help y'all find answers. All right. That being said, we're gonna call it for tonight. I thank y'all. Man, I need to drink some water. I thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate each and every last one of you all. Hope to see y'all back here tomorrow night. I hope y'all learned something tonight. As always, for those of you who are not members, you can simply go to mydispatcher.org. That's singular, not plural. Mydispatcher.org. Oh, I know what I wanted. Excuse me. I know what I wanted.
Okay?
Yeah, I've got this. I took a flu shot day before yesterday. It's been bothering me ever since. But I know what I wanted to go over with you all. Be sure to go to your Who Are We page and register for your network directory site. Okay. When you get to the Who Are We page, you can click the Contact Us, or you can click the Learn More, and that would take you all over to the National Dispatch Network directory. This is where you all can sign in. This is where you all register and create your own profiles. And this is where everybody goes and you register. So if anybody who is looking to connect with you, you can come here and pull up your profile and kind of, see who you are, what you got going on, things like that. There you go, right there. You all can post blogs and things like that. You can create content. You can share it on social media. You all can add friends and just like a regular social media site. Okay? So don't forget to do that. All right, everybody.
Okay.
Y'all have a good night. Have a good night.
You
I'm
too.
gonna go drink some water.
All right. Feel better.
Thank you, and I will see you all on tomorrow night, hopefully. Okay.
All right. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I just got one quick question.
Sure.
I'm obviously I'm missing this. Is there a link in the back office to pay your monthly subscription?
No, your monthly subscription will come to you automatically after 14 days. So it's not gonna come right away. We give you a break on that, okay? Because when you enroll, it takes 14 days before we send you your monthly subscription payment. Come to you, and then it'll be in your email. You just click on it and pay it. Now, when you pay it the first time, you have the option of saving your card for auto pay. So if you want to save it for auto pay at that time, you can click where it says save card for auto pay. That way it'll just cross your card every month at the same time.
Okay, perfect. I was looking. I know I got my 14 days coming up, and I was trying to find it today, and I'm like, man, I'm just missing this.
It'll be there. Trust me.
I'll look forward to the mail, and I'll get it set up as soon as I get it.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. Have a good night.
Good night.